Doctor Carey has offered him the place of chief assistant at the hospital. There is a good salary and the chance of taking up the doctor's work as he grows older. It means plenty to do at once, healthful atmosphere, congenial society, everything to a young man. He only had a call once in a while in Chicago, often among people who received more than they paid, like me, and he was very lonely. I think it would be great for him." "And for you, Ruth?" "It doesn't make the least difference to me, but for his sake, because I think so much of him, I would like to see him have the place." "You still think so much of him, Ruth?" "More, if possible," said the Girl. "Added to all I owed him before, he has come here and worked for days to save me, and it wasn't his fault that it took a bigger man. Nothing alters the fact that he did all he could, most graciously and gladly." "What do you mean, Ruth?" stammered the Harvester. "Oh they have worn themselves out!" cried the Girl impatiently. "First Granny Moreland told me every least little detail of how I went out, and you resurrected me. I knew what she said was true because she worked with you. Then Doctor Carey told me, and Mrs. Carey, and Doctor Harmon, and Molly, and even Granny's little assistant has left the kitchen to tell me that I owe my life to you, and all of them might as well have saved breath. I knew all the time that if ever I came out of this and had a chance to be like other women, it would be your work, and I'm glad it is. I'd hate to be under obligations to some people I know, but I feel honoured to be indebted to you." "I'm mighty sorry they worried you. I had no idea." "They didn't worry me. I am just telling you that I knew it all the time, that's all." "Forget that," said the Harvester. "Come back to our subject. What is it you wanted, dear?" "To know if you have any objections to Doctor Harmon remaining in Onabasha." "Certainly not. It will be a fine thing for him." "Will it make any difference to you in any way?" "Ruth, that's probing too deep," said the Harvester. "I don't see why." "I'm glad of it." "Why?" "I'd least rather show my littleness to you than to any one else on earth." "Then you have some feeling about it?" "Perhaps a trifle. I'll get over it. Give me a little more time to adjust myself. Doctor Harmon shall have the place, of course. Don't worry about that." "He will be so happy." "And you, Ruth?" "I'll be happy too." "Then it's all right," said the Harvester. He laid down her hand, drew the cover over it, and slightly shifted her position to rest her. The door opened and Doctor Harmon announced that the room was ready. It was shining and fresh. The bed was now turned with its head to the north, so that from it one could see the big trees in Medicine Woods, the sweep of the hillside, the sparkle of mallow bordered Singing Water, the driveway, and the gold flower garden. Everything was so changed that the room had quite a different appearance. The instant he laid her on it, the Girl said, "This bed is not mine." "Yes it is," said the Harvester. "You see we were a little excited sometimes, and we spilled a few quarts of perfectly good medicine on your mattress. It was hopelessly smelly and ruined, so I am going to cremate it, and this is your splinter new one and a fresh pad and pillow. Now you try them and see if they are not much harder and more comfortable." "This is just perfect," she sighed as she sank into the bed. The Harvester bent over her to straighten the cover, when suddenly she reached both arms around his neck and gripped him with all her strength. "Thank you," she said. "May I hold you to morrow?" whispered the Harvester, emboldened by this. "Please do," said the Girl. The Harvester, with dog to heel, went to the oak to think. "Belshazzar, kommen Sie," said the man, dropping on the seat and holding out his hand. The dog laid his muzzle in the firm grip. "Bel," said the Harvester, "I am all at sea. One day I think maybe I have a little chance. The next, none at all. I had an hour of solid comfort to day. Now I'm in the sweat box again. It's a little selfish streak in me, Bel, that hates to see Harmon go into the hospital and take my place with the Careys. They are my best and only friends. He is young, social, handsome, and will be ever present. In 3 months he will become so popular that I might as well be off the earth. I wish I didn't think it, but I'm so small that I do. And then there is my Dream Girl, Bel, the girl you found for me, old fellow. There never was another like her, and she has my heart for all time, and he has hers. That hospital plan is the best thing in the world for her. It will keep her where Carey can have an eye on her, where the air is better, where she can have company without the city crush, where she is close the country and a good living is assured. Bel, it's the nicest arrangement you ever saw for every one we know except us." The Harvester laughed shortly. "Bel," he said, "tell me, if a man lived 100 years, could he have the heartache all the way? Seems like I've had it almost that long now. In fact, I've had it such ages I'd be lonesome without it. This is some more of my very own medicine, so I shouldn't make a wry face over taking it. I knew what would happen when I sent for him, and I didn't hesitate. I must not now. Only I got to stop one thing, Bel. I told him I would play square, and I have, but here it ends. After this I must step back and be big brother. Lots of fun in this brother business, Bel, but maybe I am cut out for it. Anyway, it's written. But if it is, how did she come to allow me such privileges as I took to day? That wasn't professional by any means. It was just the stiffest love making I knew how to do, Bel, and she didn't object by the quiver of an eyelash. God knows I was watching closely enough for any sign that I was distasteful. And I might have been well enough. Rough, herb-stained old clothes, unshaven, everything to offend a dainty girl. She said I might hold her again to-morrow. And Bel, what the nation did she hug me like that for, if she's going to marry him? Boy, I see my way clear to an hour more. While I'm at it, just to surprise myself, I believe I'll take it like other men. I think I'll go on a little bender, and make what probably will be the last day a plumb good one. Something worth remembering is better than nothing at all, Bel. He hasn't told me that he has won. She didn't say she was going to marry him, and she did say he hurt her and she wanted me. Bel, how about the grimness of it if she should marry him and then discover that he hurts her and she wants me? Lord God Almighty, if you have any mercy at all, never put me up against that, prayed the Harvester, for my heart is water where she is concerned. The Harvester arose, and going to the lake he cut an armload of big pink mallows, covered each mound with fresh flowers, whistled to the dog, and went to his work. Many things had accumulated, and he cleaned the barn, carried herbs from the dry house to the storeroom, and put everything into shape. Close noon the next day he went to Onabasha, and was gone 3 hours. He came back barbered in the latest style, and carrying a big bundle. When the hour for arranging the bed came, he was yet in his room, but he sent word he would be there in a second. As he crossed the living room, he pulled a chair to the veranda and placed a footstool before it. Then he stepped into the sunshine room. A quizzical expression crossed the face of Doctor Harmon as he closed the book he was reading aloud to the Girl, and arose. Wholly unembarrassed, the Harvester smiled. "Have I got this rigging anywhere near right?" he inquired. "David, what have you done?" gasped the amazed Girl. "I didn't feel anywhere near up to the mark of my high calling yesterday," quoted the Harvester. "I don't know how I appear, but I'm clean as shaving, soap, and hot water will make me, and my clothing will not smell offensively. Now come out of that bed for a happy hour. Where is that big coverlet? You are going on the veranda to day." "You look just like every one else," complained Doctor Harmon. "You look perfectly lovely," declared the Girl. "The swale sends you this invitation to come and see starshine at the foot of Mullein Hill," said the Harvester, offering a bouquet. It was a loose bunch of long stemmed, delicate flowers, each an inch across, and having 5 pearl white petals lightly striped with pale green. 5 long gold anthers arose, and at their base gold stamens and a green pistil. The leaves were heart shaped and frosty whitish green, resembling felt. The Harvester bent to offer them. "Have some grass of Parnassus, my dear," he said. The Girl waved them away. Go stand over there by the door and slowly turn around. I want to see you."